Good evening, everyone, and thank you for your patience. My name is Tori Ryden. I'm the Senior Director of Communications and Marketing here at this fine college, St. Joseph's College. Welcome you. For those of you who have never been here to the beautiful Viola George Auditorium, it's something, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. How many of you, this is your first time on campus here at St. Joseph's College? Raise your hands. I am seeing quite a few. Well, thank you for coming, and I encourage you to come back and take a tour on a nicer day. How about that? You promise you'll come back and we'll give you a tour? We're right on the banks of Sebago Lake. It doesn't get much better than that. I bet you prefer to come back in the summertime. You'd like to come swimming in Sebago Lake, I'll bet, right? Yeah. Yes. She's saying absolutely. Yeah. So I want to welcome you tonight, and you're about to see a band that is unbelievable. I've had the great privilege of being here as they've gone through not one interview, but two interviews for two local television stations. We've got Channel 13 here right now. We had Channel 8 here earlier, interviewing these amazing individuals. You will be blown away by their poise. The youngest, 18 years old. They've been with Heartbeat since they were 15. That's Rasha. She's been since she was 15 years old with Heartbeat. They're Israelis, they are Palestinians, and as all of you, some of you may know, maybe not everybody, they came together, and this is a way that they're able to bridge the chasm of hatred and war in two countries. They were brought up literally being told to hate one another. They decided that wasn't for them. What they did was they decided to make music, and it's beautiful, peaceful music, which bridges that gap of evil. So it's really amazing and inspiring. So tonight we have three wonderful St. Joseph's MCs. We have Mara, we have Sarah, and we have Brett, and I'm asking you to come to stage. And they are going to be the official MCs for this evening as they introduce this amazing band, Heartbeat. They're going to start filing in, I believe, to get to their instruments in a few seconds. Feel free to do that while they're up here, okay? Thank you all.
Welcome everyone to an evening
of beautiful music,
of beautiful messages, and an evening of inspiration.
I'm Brett.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Marwa.
Tonight, those of you who ate in our cafeteria ate a dinner that is very common in the Middle East. I myself enjoyed it greatly, and I hope you all did as well.
Well, my favorite is fattoush, a delicious salad you eat with pita bread. My parents are originally from Syria, and I have been serving it in our home ever since I can remember.
The food was wonderful, and you might say the same thing about tonight's band, Heartbeat. They travel with 12 members.
Musicians, sound engineers, set engineers. Some are Israeli, the others are Palestinian. All of them love music.
And they love peace. They've come together to end the hatred between their people and their lands. And they do it with their beautiful music.
Tonight, we welcome them to St. Joseph's College.
We want to take a moment to thank everyone involved with the planning of this event. The St. Joseph's College Departments of Institutional Advancement, Sponsorship and Mission, Marketing, the Dean's Office, and both the Political Science and Music Clubs.
Also, the Mercy Center, Student Activities, the Student Government Association, Theology and Political Science Departments. A shout out to Skip from IT and Marine Community Services.
Thank you also to Public Safety, Dan and Stewart for the great food from Pearson's Cafe, and a special thank you to Marwa and Josh who are translating for us tonight.
Okay, wow, that was a lot to thank. But most of all, I would like to thank you for making it here tonight. A quick reminder, there will be refreshments directly following the concert.
And right after they finish playing, the band will be answering questions from the audience. They also have items for sale after the show.
We ask that if you have a cell phone, please turn it off at this time.
And now, without further ado, it is my honor to introduce to you Heartbeat.
Before the band picks up, we'd like to dedicate this evening to a special friend of ours that we lost recently. Will Smith, the director of Seeds of Peace, was one of the mentors for the founder of Heartbeat, many of the members and staff members, and he really left an indelible imprint on our lives for what he did and taught us. And the process we're going through is very much inspired by him, and he's still with us. So this is for Will, this is for Seeds of Peace, and Heartbeat is for you. Enjoy.
Upgraded our dating mentality, so taking the fast food, go on the slow lane, higher the dosage, and you feel no pain. We are repacked, recooked, factory stamped and overlooked. Log in, update, restart the system, favorites the data, plug in your hard drive. It's time to go hardcore, get in the vibe now. Make homes not war. Make homes not war. Make homes not war. Make homes not war. Who do you think you do it for? Make homes not war. Make homes not war. Make homes not war. Who do you think you do it for? ليش بالنت لساتنا عايشين حتى لو اخبار ربك الاشي الحقيقي مناضي خليك الوزن من كفيك ووزن زمان بلاقيك وبلا حكم فاضي صبر وبفضل لانه بدل غير شي بواحد مش هالفضل حق حدي فما بتخيل شو بفكر جيب لك صورة بتعكس من اليوم لليوم من الوقوع لقوم شغل بقى نور فلاح مدينة ساعة بيحفظ كلمة شلون بحر الرستي رستي مرة طلعت وسيم اعمل حي انسى كل شيء احنا اخترنا هالطريق زي كتير بطيئة عشان تفهم الرسالة وقف لحظة تكون معانا كل عيب قلبي احنا دايما عن منصة قادر عن مبدأ ورسة ديمك على بنزين عارفين احنا بدي بتحرك جسمك للحرب حرب والسلام ايش مستعد الغرب بكل بساطة القصة بالمقيرة مش العوضة انك تكون شيء من جواك نفسك المجهول حرر ضلك قرر ايش ما بتقدر تصور مرة تعصر think you're doing it for? Who do you 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 think you're doing it for? In the moment, on the edge, I'm over the top, but I'm under the radar. Man, atomic bomb, Trojan horse, I'm a tsunami, I'm an earthquake, I'm a suspect, I'm a side effect. I try to reconnect and to direct you. Will you direct me to where is the exit, when is the breakthrough? Getting to the truth, it hurts like a baby tooth. It's hidden in your head, not in the voting booth. And if you listen up, we take a volume down. Now when you're close enough, we are stereo surrounded. So we are Heartbeat. This song was Hummus Not War. And when we say make hummus not war, we don't just mean, go out and make hummus. Which you can do, it would be awesome. But we mean that there's so much bad stuff going on where we come from and all around the world. Way too many starving children and mothers who lost their child, soldiers, kids who are going out to fight for reasons that are not an excuse to go fight. So we say make hummus not war, we mean make something good. We are all responsible in a way for everything wrong that is going on in the world. And if we take responsibility and if we notice that everything we do affects everything around us and we can have the same impact as the greatest leader or the smallest child, so we can change this world together.
Okay, so the next song is called Hope is Down. It talks about hope. I wrote this song when I first joined Heartbeat 3 years ago. And so tired of escaping the truth, of reading the news, and pretending it's all good. All I see is these walls that you built, the humans killed, the money spent on building more weapons instead of feeding the poor. You kill, you take, you grow hatred all around. Why not grow peaceful generations in this hopeless town? Tell me why. You kill, you take, you grow hatred all around. Why not grow peaceful generations in this hopeless town? Tell me why. Not asking for a country or a flag, I'm not asking for my land. I cannot translate my pain into a language you would understand. I can't take this no more. I can't face you no hatred all around. Why not grow peaceful for generations in this hopeless town? Tell me why. You kill, you take, you grow hatred all around. Why not grow peaceful for generations in this hopeless town? Tell me why.
بلف على جمهور العرب غير عرب وقف تقدم الوحدة لأني أخوي بالبغي بالدفن تعالوا نحصل القضية نشمع دور على صدق سليم عدوم القلب مهدوم المكتوب صار مرسوم عشان النظام شمس اعتالي واليوم عم بفرق الفرح من حالي رغم ما بتقف وموقف على حال ما تتنازل قصة أصلا عن هو تتساءل كلنا الإخوة بس بعمرك ما تتفائل الشعب يخليك حد يقرب الخيل عم بيطلعوا على عمال بيحرك الشعب يخليك حد يقرب الخيل عم بيطلعوا على عمال بيحرك الشباب فك الحساب ترجع تلبس لك الناس كمان ما مش النار
You blow hatred all around. Why not grow peaceful generations in this hopeless town? Tell me why. You kill, you take, you grow hatred all around. Why not grow peaceful generations in this hopeless town? Tell me why.
So the next song is a very old song. We wrote all together in this big project we did about the search for asylum and the many different narratives we have with this issue. And this specific song is called City Rising. And it's about how everything is being built around us. And we don't really get to say what's the structure, how it's going to be. Very physically and very metaphorically also. And yeah, we wrote it when we were very young, so it's quite simple. I hope you get it.
Corporations take control of corporation catch your money. Full force of money. They look at jungles and they see I'm all. So let's see who can make more trees fall. Corporation take control. Almost done. And they keep us on the ground. It's concrete under our feet. And now they want to keep us numb. All we see is what's on TV. And now we've got to make a sound stronger than the gun.
Politicians make a voice while media is keeping scores. Everybody gather around, watch the show unfold. The earth is rich with all we need. Protect yourself from pretty faces filled with greed. Let somebody piggyback run wild and free. And they keep us from the ground. It's concrete under our feet. And now they want to keep us numb. All we see is what's on TV. And now we've got to make the sound stronger than the gun.
شايف شو عم يصير هون. انا بحاول نوصل بحاول الاعلام ما بعرف شو بصير تحت الطاولة. كمان جدار عم بيحط الجول. لما بحضر ما بقدر اتصرف صح ما بقدر ما احضر وهيك بواجه الواقع. هيك الحياة او انه كل صغير عشان مساحة صغيرة ما تنسى كل كفيل احتلال مش لاقي استقلال. في بلا طرف في بلا قلم بيعطي الحلو اللي تشغل السهل خلي الغني بننزح كمان بدون ان ننزح حيوان. هاي وجهنا There's nothing new to this, you know. Paranoia loops and then it grows. But we're not afraid anymore. We're not afraid anymore. There's a world around you. You got the hate but you don't want to hear it. Not afraid anymore. Not afraid anymore.
Wish upon a star just to across the sky, searching for material just to make you high. Wish you from the start, just to touch the sky, searching for material just to make you Okay, so the next song is called The Act. I wrote it in the last war of Gaza last summer. And it talks about how everything was under the title of active defense, while there were children dying in active defense, so I don't know. for life.
The next song is called Bubbles. And it's a song about bubbles. And I guess in a way, let's say, this room is a little bubble. And I wonder really what will happen. This show will end, we'll get on with our lives. And I wonder how much meaningful stuff will we really do. Really meaningful. Because we live in very strange times. We have this feeling everything is getting connected and we get all these opportunities, like we have all this Facebook and YouTube and whatever. And it gives us a very warm feeling in our little belly. And it makes us feel, I think, much bigger than we really are. And we feel like we're getting to know the world or whatever, but I feel we're really getting to know ourselves and a very superficial self. And I wonder, when will all these bubbles pop? And I don't want it to be painful, because it's a painful experience to have your bubble pop, and it will pop. So I'm here to gently pop your bubble. Let the terror get you. Everybody's talking, no one listens to the wild guys run. Hide wherever it may take you. No one seems to get out of this. You scream, you think they're all just inside. You know that it's all alone on your island far. And I said, deep down, I'll crown deserving it.
مش هقدر الواقع اللي عايش فيه خليك عايش تشوف شو عامل فيك طعم شخصيتك والسياسة خليها لناسة سبب الشعب أساس الشعب مش الساسة مشكلة مش بالمصاري مشكلة بنظرتنا إلها بالورقة حلوة بس علشان القوة شو الفرق دي بالقوة إذا تستعمل السيطرة اسمع انت اللي بتتدخل بالشعر انا ولعتها بتتلقى فانا مسمي حائط بكي لك بس برتاح بشكي لك عم بستنى شوفك فكر كلام انا قلت لك طب نتغير الروتين اللي ماشي عليه ونمشي عليه نكسر لومي بروح حوالينا تصير اللي حواليك عم بحكي معك تصفر معنا نصير برجع والرجل ده يصدق كفايه مش كمان بس برنامج ده بيجي
Bubble sees what you like, chemistry doesn't feed you anything that might awaken you. So what you gonna do? You see the bubbles, they all float until you blow. Too much, they pop, and then you drop hard, deep into the ground. You keep yourself afloat and get everyone around. You start the show, the backbite starts to roll. The soldiers got their guns up perfectly standing in rows. It's time to go. In the evening show, an execution televised and on the radio. Yo, wake up before your bubble pop. I'm the voice inside your head that's telling you to stop and open up and let your bubble drop down. Let me gently pop when you find it in the ground. Look around. Side the bubble goes hope. Yeah, and see the truth and beauty that will help cope with this reality. Don't buy into all this negativity. It's on you. So what you gonna do? It's on you.
يمشي نقدر ننسى وهذا بخلص قضية ماشيين تحت النار حل النضار للشيء عم يصير أجمل سكير العالم عشان عم يصير شد المسافة شد فتح على بين الناس هي ناس عم بتموت بهالسة طريقة العبيد والمظلوم بس رح الله كل واحد ظالم رح يجي يوم رح يوعى كل اللي فوق ما رح يقدروا
So what you wanna do? It's on you. So this next song is a question. And we're asking, what's the wall good for? I don't know how much you know, but where we come from, we have lots of walls, separating us from so many things, from so many people, from the future we could have. And it's physical walls and mental walls. It's fear that is put inside our heads, from everywhere, from the TV, from the governments, from the politicians. And I think you have these too. Everywhere I go, I see walls. Every time I see somebody's afraid of something, he puts a wall. He doesn't want to meet whatever it is he's afraid of. And it makes it that much easier to be afraid, that much easier to hate, that much easier to hold on to your prejudice about whatever on that other side of the wall. And we need to break those walls. And I think some questions could slowly tear them apart. So ask it with us, and every time you feel fear, ask yourself, who is this fear good for? Oh yeah. And I would like to invite to the stage our little Ami Ares. Yes, he's been a facilitator for us, a mentor, a guru. We're proud to have him with us. Thank you.
What's the wall good for? 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 What's the wall good for?
The wall is built to keep out the poor, and the wall is built to keep in the fear, to keep the idea of hope. That's the president, that's the bomb. That's the wall is for. The wall is built to hide the war, and the wall is built to keep us apart. They think they're smart when they put apart.
water. What's the world good for? 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 غريب الإحساس لما تمشي حد فاصل تسمع صوتك بشقة تاني. غريب مليش ناس تقدر تسكت وتضل الجيران والناس عم بتعاني. شو بفيدنا الجدار بطل في اختيار للحرية تكون بنحنا. لو انت الوضع هيك لو انت بدك تضل متكتف عجنب واقف بس تتفرج. انا مش فاهم كيف العالم عم بتفكر وليش عالناس البريئة بالعاطر عم بتأكل وقت. لو عاطر فوق وواقف بتضغط شو انت بالحسن انه بدنا دور. What's the world good for? 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 What's the world good for?
I wanna watch the sea and dip my feet in the water. Don't salt the grass, I wanna be one with the rays of sun. Get me out of here, I wanna grow like a flower. I wanna watch the sea and dip my feet in the water. Don't salt the grass, I wanna be one with the rays of sun. Get me out of here, I wanna grow up like a flower. I wanna watch the sea and dip my feet in the water. Don't salt the grass, I wanna be one with the rays of sun. Get me out of here, I wanna grow like a flower. So what the fuck? So what the fuck? What's the world good for? What's the world good for? What's the world good for? What's the world good for?
Give it up for Heartbeat, everybody. lights on for a second? More than a second. So what we're going to do now is get a little bit closer into Heartbeat and find out who we are, who they are, and why they're bringing music to us tonight. So we're going to take down that fourth wall that they talk about in theater and performing arts and bring you closer. And so we're going to ask for you to ask some questions to the members here to find out more about who they are, why they're doing what they're doing, why we do what we do. But before we do that, we're going to have the members all introduce themselves. So again, Heartbeat. The translation coming up. Marwa, everybody.
Okay, I'll start. Hey everybody! My name is Guy. I'm a member of Heartbeat for something like 6 years now. There are so many reasons to do this. Too many reasons. Back home, this is not normal. This does not happen. The picture we paint here is not a reality back home, very sadly. And I mainly do this to live a life of hope and love, and not a life of fear and violence and hate. And I want to give to myself and to give to you the knowledge, the true knowledge, that we can change this world if we want to. We can start envisioning a new thing we want to do. And we need to know this deep inside our hearts, that we can do this. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Hello, everyone. I like that, your answer. So, my name is Moody. I'm from Haifa City. I've been in Heartbeat since 2011. For me, Heartbeat, how Guy said, there are a lot of reasons why I'm in Heartbeat, but I'll pick some few. Besides a great navigator for human rights and musical rights and that mutual language that we got, music, Heartbeat gave me a safe zone that I can speak up without any fear on stage. Because back home, as a Palestinian voice living in Israel, it's dangerous. It's dangerous to step up against something, against occupation, let's say, against normalization. It's dangerous. And with Heartbeat, I feel the safety and the equality that we built together on stage. And from there, it went to the proof that humanity still exists.
Hello, my name is Dean. Heartbeat gave me a place to fight fear and fight the walls that are built around me. Gave me a place to have hope and to play music with beautiful people.
Hello, my name is Yves. I'm from Kibbutz Aram. And I'm in Heartbeat because where I come from, there's a really bad situation and there's no equality. And I got more rights than Russia, Modi, Estonian women. And I think it's wrong and I want to fight it. And the people out there, they're using fear and violence to separate us. So I want to fight them back with music and love. This is Heartbeat.
Hi. I don't speak English, but I am getting better, okay? My name is Bastoni from Haifa City. 18 years old, sorry. 18 years old. I'm in Heartbeat because I want to change the world, and especially my back home. Like in love, I don't, and I'm without violence. Thank you.
I'm in Heartbeat for 3 years. And I'm in Heartbeat because I feel that I'm occupied. And I can face it with Heartbeat, I can explore it with Heartbeat. And I can say that to you guys with no fear and in an equal stage.
Hello, I'm Decker. I'm in Heartbeat because I love music and I love these people who are my friends and family, and because I believe that there is no difference between any human being, between me and Russia, between me and what's her name? Joe.
Hi, my name is Dana. I'm from Jerusalem. I joined Heartbeat 6 years ago. Since I'm in Heartbeat, many fears and many stereotypes blew up. They broke, maybe? Broke? Popped. Yeah, I feel that we're sharing the same goal. And we respect each other. And this is my family.
مرحبا أنا من القدس.
Hello, my name is Mamun.
من القدس من مخيم شعفاط.
From Jerusalem.
مخيم شعفاط.
From the refugee camp. Shafat.
أنا بهارتبيت مش من كتير وقت بس
I haven't been in Heartbeat for a long time,
بس إنه اكتشفت إنه في أنا صحيح عايش بالقدس بس ولا عمره كان عندي تجارب مع عالم
I live in Jerusalem, but I haven't had many experiences with the Israelis.
مش عارف شو بدي أحكي بس بدي أقول كلمة كتير بتضحك
I want to say something really funny.
إلنا أسبوعين بأمريكا وأنا أول مرة بحياتي عمري 21 سنة أول مرة بحياتي أسبوعين ما بتفتشش ولا مرة.
It's my first time in America, and I've been here for 2 weeks, and my first time that no one searched me.
وعندنا الشرطة الإسرائيلية 24 ساعة تفتيش من كتر ما بيحبوا لنا الأمان.
And the Israeli police, they search us 24/7 because they like safety so much.
Thank you.
And my name is Ami Yaris. I'm a Heartbeat facilitator and one of the tour managers along with Bachelay, who grew up there. And I was going to say I've been working with Heartbeat for 5 years, but it's really I've been living with Heartbeat for 5 years. And it gives me a place to really leverage music and the power of music, and for others to also work with the power of music to make a measurable change in our society. And when I stand up here speaking about myself, I'm also speaking for the other staff members back home that have also joined Heartbeat, who are also professional musicians, academics, social artists, that believe the arts will change the oppression that our children and our families face on a regular basis. And we want to be the hope, staff and participant, and it blends together to really make a difference. Now before we get into the question and answer portion, I want to explain a little bit more to you about what Heartbeat is. Heartbeat is a social enterprise. It's not just a music group you see here performing on stage. Heartbeat brings together Israeli and Palestinian youth for prolonged and sustained dialogue to create creative solutions, nonviolent solutions to what they see plaguing their societies. And then we take that, and it becomes music sometimes, a lot of times. And sometimes it becomes questions, and sometimes it becomes conversations, and even arguments. And then once that happens, we take that and we amplify it. And you see one of the forms of amplification we have right now on stage. But it's also in little groups spread out throughout the country, on YouTube, on Facebook. Now, Heartbeat begins in high school, basically. We take students from the ages of 14 to 18. And all during the school year, for once a week, they meet with trained facilitators, and they build a community based upon this dialogue that takes place verbally and also musically. We have programs in Jerusalem and Haifa right now for the high school program. And when they age out of it, when they turn 18, they face another series of questions. We call this the graduate program. And they dive into this process of what's taking place in Israel and Palestine in even more profound and deep ways. And then they take it even further. After recording and producing music in Israel and Palestine and doing workshops to the communities around it, they take it and they become ambassadors. They become ambassadors that can travel to Germany, to the United States, to other places in the world, to really get their voices heard. And that's what Heartbeat is about. And now, I want you to ask these people some questions about why they're here, what they're doing. Let them become a part of your community, and let us bring you into our community. Because the larger we are in this, the better chances we have to making this world a better place. So, let's take a question. It's going to be really hard. We don't have a wireless microphone. And I will do my best to point you out in a very loving way. Yes, please.
Hello.
Could you introduce yourself too, a name as well for everyone? I mean, I have a feeling people know you here, though.
Why, sure. Tori. Hello, everyone. So, my question is, a lot of the people who you've been meeting today on campus and also on other college campuses are the same age that you are. What have you been learning from these students? Is there anything that you feel, is there common ground, or is there anything that you feel like you've learned from them that you'll take away from this trip?
So, is there any common ground? What have you learned from the audiences, the students that you've met today?
I like the huddle.
It's going to take us, we're not going to answer the questions instantaneously. We really, in order to make what we have here as equal as possible, and so everyone has a chance to speak, we'll translate for a moment, and then you'll hear an answer. So we're not stalling or anything, we're really trying to, we're giving you the real Heartbeat experience. Shwai shwai, as we say in Arabic, you know?
Well, yes. I feel that what we are doing, though we are coming from Israel and Palestine and talking specifically about the occupation and the inequality in Israel and Palestine, I feel there's a sense almost everywhere around the world, especially in people our age, something is not right. That we need to change things. The politicians, the people who are on top, does not know who we are, does not know what we want, or at least does not care. And on the other side, I feel a lot of hope and an awakening going on, and people who are starting to realize that they can do stuff, they can become active. And I see this in America very much, in every college, and I see the need for a change, which is a great common ground.
Okay, next question. Let's take one from lower in this section. Let's try that. Yes, please. What's your name?
My name is CJ.
CJ.
And, I have two brief things. One is extremely selfish, as Lucy really wanted to say my movie. My question would be for this audience. You explain how what you have here is not a reality back at home, and you've obviously overcome a lot of difficulties coming together to be what you are. I'm wondering if we could hear some experiences of what it might have been like telling your parents about being part of this project and what their reactions were, both good and bad.
So the question is, for anybody that didn't hear it on the top, is what was your family's reaction to being in Heartbeat, or your parents' reactions to being in Heartbeat? I'm going to answer for Lucy. So yeah, probably, not probably, sorry. Palestinian mother, I'm going to talk about her. So a Palestinian mother, when she sees her child on stage shouting his opinion loud out, back home, she feels really worried. She feels really worried because she's worried on her child to be arrested or to be affected is the future, So my family is special in this thing, let's say. They are very supportive since I started to be a rapper. But basically, yeah, that's the image. Let's say it's not normal that they support, and it always comes from a source of fear, of worries, I can say that there are friends that supporting me, but on the other hand, there are many musicians back home in Haifa specifically. They've been boycotting me for playing music with Jewish people, the other side, they call it, And they don't get the idea, they don't get what we do on stage, because they always fear from that point of normalizing, and they think that I normalize. And I always try to open with them dialogues, to talk about it, to let them be here and listen to us, what we got on stage, because that's the source of what we're doing, reaching the people by the music, hard messages by good sound. But I can't explain that actually. Why are they thinking like this? Why are they boycotting me? I'm working on it, because I'm not gonna give up. They're gonna follow a Heartbeat. I'm gonna show that. I just want to take a 15-second break and just explain one of the words that Udi used, the word normalization. Normalization sounds like a harmless word, but in the face of Palestinian-Israeli relationships, it's actually a very negative term. You would think to make things normal would be making things better, making things regular, Normalization is not. Normalization is saying the status quo that exists in Israel and Palestine, that's saying Palestinian oppression and inequality, it's saying the lack of safety, the militarization of society, children going to the army, it's like saying that's okay. And Heartbeat does the opposite of that. They say it's not okay. So a lot of people are confused that. They think that we're coming together to make peace and say what we are, the salam, shalom thing, but they're really going into deep narrative to overcome the normalization, to overcome the status quo. So that's what we mean when we say normalization. All right, so let's take a question from the middle this time. Yeah, please.
I'm Layla, and so I'm working in a school right now, and a lot of the kids, through the media, really only know one side of the story, through American media, which I was pretty one-sided. And I would like resources to teach them to think for themselves, think more as global citizens, and trying to get the real story without having to fly over there and live it themselves, because that's really expensive and I don't know if they have the time to spend. Great. So do you have advice for how to get around our institution of media and ways that the kids can learn for themselves? Or Americans and liberals.
The question again is, what kind of resources are available to kind of battle the media bias that exists and the story that media tends to portray?
Hi. Okay, so like you should I don't know. You can, like, the internet is always the best. Not the best, but like you can get the full picture more.
And the problem too is that like they're in Maine and like it's like a great place, but there's not a lot of like diversity of opinion and diversity of experiences. And so like I want them to have as much opportunity as they can to explore what knowledge is and who people are. And it's hard when we're so branded here.
Well, when I first joined Heartbeat, I was 15, and I didn't get the dimensions of the word occupation, the word conflict, the word murder, violence, soldier. I didn't get the dimensions of these. Like, it's very easy to say occupation. It's like 4 million people living without identity or status and have no rights. And it's hard, it's very easy to say violence in a soldier, but it's like an 18-year-old, my age, holding a gun going to fight. And yes, unfortunately, the news we get are very censored and are very one-sided, like one-sided news. And you can go on the internet, look for Palestinian websites, and I don't know, like it's just being aware. It's like everything. Unfortunately, like the majority of people know what they see on the news. It's not only black and white. It's like 2 children are fighting, and you hear the story from one child. You'll never get the full picture. And the most important thing is to want to know and to have this need to approach the other side and to listen to the other side of the story, the other side of the wall, the colors that we missed in the paintings. And I think that's...
Okay, the next question? Yes. So the question is, how often does the group practice, and do they ever get into arguments about the songs they use or the process of creativity that they embark on?
We really try to meet once a week, like 2 hours in a rehearsal room. Sometimes we go before the rehearsal room, sit, talk. For the other question, I guess we never say no unless we have a better idea.
We have like an unwritten law that's like, don't call for violence. You know, that's a very basic thing, but that's it. And disagreeing is okay. You could put it in a song.
Okay, let's take time for one more question, then we'll get back to some music. So, last question, please. Yes, all the way up at the top.
Is there hope on the street? When we listen to the news and we listen to the government, we get fired up about stuff, and that's where we hate, and that's where we fight, and that's where we bicker. But when people are just people, when Palestinians and Israelis are on the street, do they get along? Can they talk?
Okay, great question. The question is there hope in the streets? Do Palestinians and Israelis on the street get along back home? What do you see?
No.
انه صعب. إن أنا قبل ما أجي على هارت بيت كان فيش عندي مستحيل كان كبني آدم أشتغل مع ولا أعزف مع حدا إسرائيلي.
So before I joined Heartbeat, it was it was a very extreme thought or an impossible thought to cooperate or to play music with an Israeli.
ليش؟ عشان كل ما بدي أشوف إنه حدا إسرائيلي لو زيه إنه بني آدمين، بس بتذكر إنه حرب، بتذكر في إنه بيوت في أطفال بتتشرد، في أطفال بتموت، في أميات بتبكي، في أبيات بيطلعوا بيشتكوا.
Okay, so every time, like before I joined Heartbeat, every time I faced an Israeli or the name Israel, the first thoughts that came to my mind is children living without houses, children dying, mothers crying, and occupation and violence.
اوكي، انه بتشوفي كل المؤسسات اللي عندنا، انه كل المؤسسات بتجيب بشغلتها انه تجيب شباب عرب وشباب يهود وتطلعهم تلففهم تقول له طلع هيهم عايشين في شباب ولا في حرب ولا في.
So most organizations in the region simply bring Arabs and Jews, Israeli and Palestinian together, put them in a room and show the people here, there's peace.
بس هارتبيت في مستقبلين، في داكر، في زيد، في دانا، في جاي، لاحظت انه في شباب كتير كويسين، في امي حبيبي.
Okay, so in Heartbeat, there's these guys over here, Dean, Degel, Ziv, Dana, Eli, Ami. And they're good people. Simply good people.
شكرا. ميرسي.
I would also like to add that fear and hope is like glasses you put on. And since I joined Heartbeat, I see a lot of hope for hope. And everywhere I go, everywhere I see people doing, even the people who are doing the wrongest stuff, I see how it comes from the need to feel each other, to get connected, to know each other. Even when one is throwing a rock or throwing a missile or a soldier trying to search somebody, he wants to touch, he wants to feel and get to know each other, and the system is putting barriers around us. But if you put those glasses of hope, you will start to see this hope and you will start to be this hope. And this is something that is growing, this is something that is real, it's a real power. Love is not something that is a metaphor. If you are loved, you're giving love and you're creating love. If you are hate, you are giving hate and creating hate, and it's a real energy that lives in our world. So you can put on these glasses. I hope I gave you some lenses today. And the question itself is a question of fear. And you can change a word, you can change the tone, and give hope, and be hope, and see hope.
The band is now challenging you to go deeper with your questions. Just one last question, but heavy one. They're requesting get heavy. Yes.
What was your life like before you joined Heartbeat? How did you feel about each other? Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel? What was your life like before Heartbeat?
Wow. Okay. I قبل ما اجي على الهارت بيت انه بس تخش بقول لك بكل فخر انه انا كنت انام بالشارع، ما كانش عندي بيت انام فيه.
Before I came to Heartbeat, I'm not ashamed to say that I used to sleep in the street. I didn't have a place to sleep in.
وبعد ما فوت على الهارت بيت اول شيء ما كانوش يعرفوا ايش عني، ما كنتش احكي لحدا، وكل طاقاتي كنت احطها محل واحد. دي بالموسيقى كنت اكتب كلمات.
Okay, so when I came to Heartbeat, I didn't talk to anybody and I didn't face anybody and I didn't tell anybody my story, but I put all of my energies on writing music.
والمشكلة الوحيدة اللي كنت أنا بالشارع إن أمي كانت مريضة وكنت كتير أتخانق معها.
Okay, so I was sleeping in the street because my mother was ill and I didn't get along with her.
ففت على الهارت بيت وكان عندي كتير مشاكل إنه أنا ربيت بدون أبو عشان أبوي من فلسطين من جوا مش من برا.
Okay, so and I had a lot of problems because I was raised without a father because my father is from the West Bank, not from inside the Israel.
والطريقة الوحيدة اللي عالجت أمي فيها وهسه إحنا يعني كتير بفتخر بحالي وبأمي وبعيلتي إنه أخذت طريقة عن هارت بيت، إنه عالجت أمي إنه طريقة إنه قلت لها أنا عم بسوي موسيقى، عم بسوي هيك، عم بسوي هيك، عم بقدم ساعديني، أنا بساعدك، فسمي كتير منيحة.
And me and my mom now are very, like she healed, she got out of the situation she was in, and it was because the heartbeat process he was going through. He was making music, he was facing his problems with music, he was facing his life with the tools that Heartbeat has given him.
وأمي هسه بتدعمني بالموسيقى وكمان بتحب تطبخ.
And now my mom, she doesn't only support me with music, she also likes to bake. She asked me to bring her a tuba.
In New York. Thank you.
Great question. So before we wrap up, a lot of you are holding a piece of paper in your hands. And when the concert finishes, because by the way, we have more music coming up, because we can't measure how you feel in your soul afterwards, we'd like to hear and see what your reaction is. And please fill out those forms, they're very important to us for the future of understanding what we can do better, what we are doing better, and how we're going to grow in the future. And that growing in the future is dependent on these guys continuing doing what they're doing, and you guys also continue doing what you're doing, and that's supporting Heartbeat right now. So please, join our Facebook page, join our Twitter account, join our Instagram account, our website, www.heartbeat.fm, www.heartbeat.fm, www.heartbeat.fm. You can sign up for a newsletter, you can hear more about what's going on with us. It's really, really important that this isn't a one-hit wonder, this isn't a hit-and-run concert. We want you to be in touch with us. If you come to the region, find us. We'd love to meet you. If you have more questions, like the one that stood up asking about her students, talk to us. We have a beautiful email account. We have 40 other people active in Heartbeat right now out of over 100 people that have been through Heartbeat, and they're ready to talk and give you hope. And by you being in touch with them, you're going to give us hope to continue doing what we're doing.
About surveys, please write clearly. You need to type them.
Without further ado, everybody, Heartbeat.
The next song I wrote a few weeks ago in Jerusalem. me and my friend Nomi, she's also a musician, we were sitting on the roof. We were talking about how everything's so holy in Jerusalem, like the temples, the mosques, the churches, everything, but so cursed at the same time. And there was the most beautiful sunset while we were having this conversation. So I wrote a song, and it's called The Skies Don't Care. It talks about how we all live under the occupation, but still living under these beautiful skies. There's a toilet on the roof and the skies don't care. Blood enemies and holy fools and the skies don't care. We're burning down in flames and the skies don't care. We're sucked in this game and the skies don't care. We're believing in fear, we are tuned, we are here, we love, we hate, we kill, we break, we occupy, we destroy, we heal, and the skies stay the same. We're a soldier and a child, and the skies don't care. With a new state of mind and the skies don't care. With blood on our flags and the skies don't care. We're separated and attacked and the skies don't care. We're believing in fear, we are tuned, we are here, we love, we hate, we kill, we break, we occupy and we destroy and we heal, and the skies stay the same. We're believing in fear, we are tuned, we are here, we love, we hate, we kill, we break, we occupy and we destroy and we heal, and the skies stay the same. The skies stay the same.
אוקיי, השני השירים הבאים הם נראים באנרגיות ממש 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 טובות וחזקות.
He says the next two songs are really good and strong energies.
ואנחנו רוצים שאתם תהיו גם איתנו באנרגיות טובות.
And we want you to be with us, with those energies.
ואם בא לכם אתם יכולים להיות עכשיו שמחים ולרקוד איתנו.
If you like, now you can be happy and dance with us.
Yeah. What's up, man?
First of all, wait, I want to thank all the people who brought us here.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Everything. The falafel was amazing. Everything. Almost.
The kafta also.
So yeah,
I liked your kafta here. It's a beautiful one.
And so this is a little therapy we're doing here, you know, we're dealing with hard stuff. And the Westerns, you know, we deal with stuff with words and we talk about it, but in Africa they move and they dance and sing. So let's try it that way. There's no need for them. Young man, there's no fear. Young man needs no hope. Young man needs no proof of self in another steam. Light the fire here. So light the fire here. Light the fire, light the fire, light the fire here. Light the fire here. Light the fire there. Light the fire, light the fire, light the fire here. Sing a song of freedom for an objective. Sing a song of freedom and the equal comes to you. See what you need to believe in when the equal comes to you. I see love. Love is on the way. From Jerusalem to Jerusalem, we will survive. From Damascus to New York, we will survive. From Gaza to Dubai, from Maine to Tehran, we will survive. From Moscow to New to Napoleon, to Mogadishu, to Shanghai, to Berlin, to Metropolis, everywhere we will survive. We will survive.
شورة تشتغل بدي بس كلام بدي تكون حياة بس مش أحلام خلع ونهار وضع الحياة عايشين غير بطل عايشين في مأساة بنقدم شرطة وجديد ونعيش حياتنا زي ما لازم مش ورا الجدار كانت عين صحيتها شوف خط غير عم تنسدد أقول حقي وأفضل ثابت أدورنا الجبار أكون الحصار هذا حلم اللي أمشي شكل
عندي موت وش كتان بختان زبات احترام يلا كان وقيام ورسي والله الحق قالوا بالنظام أخذ صوت الحق حيبكتان كل الدنيا مولا يوم ما بدي موت بحد يهوش أنت فوقي ما تحموش أكحموش بيس ولا شولا So, this is our next song is our last song. It's called Kulshi Sababa, which in Arabic means everything is cool, which is something a lot of people say back home, though everything is not cool at all. And I'll translate to you what we say in Arabic. We say, Nzir asuk kulshi sababa faja saruch shuhad ya baba, which means I went down to the market, everything was cool, all of a sudden a missile fell. What the hell? And we just wanted to take a stand about how normal it is for missiles to fall on people where we come from. It is so normal. People are so cool with it. And it's been done in their names. And we're not cool with it. So we wrote a cool song about it. ملقى الحياة ماشي بالسوق اللي بديها هو شوي هدوء نفسي عايش في المجتمع كلامهم قوي بس بيسوي سبحان الله شوي يطلب الحياة بس هادي ليش بعمل ليش ما يصير ما في حد يلمني أطيب بابا هذا يا ابا هذا مشكل مع هذا كان على لسان ولا اشتغل حاله رجل المفروض انك ما بتتكرره هذا يعني اشتغل بيسمع الموسيقى وعم طول عمره كان بدبر حاله ما نام حاله ولا ليش هيك صار انا الوضع لاني متعود عليه ولا خليني بلد ولا مشكلة بلد حدا هون فينا نرتاح وبس نقول كل شي صار ما تسوي شو عندك بابا شو عندك بابا to your face, you know you know open my eyes just for a second. You're not the same, you're just like everybody else. Like everybody else, and it seems like we still got a long way now. So don't be afraid to show what you know, what you don't know. Hold yourself together.
كل شي صعب كل شي صعب كل شي صعب